Hi, Nicole.
There was this weird bit.
Nicole.
When I was driving downtown.
How we doing? How we
I
doing?
mean, like dead, like 55 of them. And I was like,
No, people still do that.
trippy.
I'll be in the left lane going.
I muted myself. So should be good now.
Are you muted? Okay.
I feel like it was happening.
Oh, you're from.
We're socially distancing ourselves. Here's Zach.
Are we gonna have it on here?
Not really.
Mitch has to do it.
We spread that corona.
But it was happening like hours. There should have been traffic. And I'm like, yeah.
Hey, Peter.
The roads are dead.
Say that again.
Nowhere to go. Is your business still doing well?
They're doing good.
Good.
Went on a little, doing a half road trip, half book trip. Leaving from here. Make it half.
This is an All-Star shirt. It's just like a really old one. And I have my All-Stars jacket. Yeah, this is only an hour. Hi, Mitch. Bye, Mitch. Yeah.
And then what if like during this like day and stuff that we did?
Okay.
Or like that'd be I don't want to go. We can just do it
No,
tomorrow.
that would be good. Well,
We can just do it tomorrow.
we do either. But yeah, I say let's do Chipotle.
This is like here.
Just like I wrote Wonderwall. Yes.
She's the bathroom nurse.
It's weird.
Not the usual. I was supposed to be out at Camp Artemis in Missouri all summer. I've got,
Hey, let's remember too, when you sit down to rename,
What is the name of it?
no, to rename the screen, you.
exactly. So I've just been working and I was able to go out there to
I'm Scott.
All right. It looks like we have some people joining. Hey, everyone.
Hi.
Awesome. Well, we are just a few minutes away from starting up, but oh, hey there, Sammy. How are you?
Say hi, thanks.
Yeah.
We love that background. That is awesome.
So I don't see that.
We got Cool Dog. What's going on, Cool Dog?
Not much.
Not much. Have you had a good day?
Oh, yes.
Awesome.
Oh, there it goes.
We are so happy. And then, of course, Gabby and Catherine. Are y'all close to each other? It looks like you're outside.
Mm-hmm. Sort of.
Socially distanced, we hope.
Yeah, of course. I live
Of
here, but
course.
we gotta stay 6 feet apart.
Exactly. And we got Katie. And there's Peter. We have a whole lot of friends on tonight. We are pumped that you are joining us. Like I said, we have just a few minutes until we're going to get started. But thank you all for hopping on tonight. Sammy, what did you do today?
Not much. Went to work.
You went to work?
Yeah.
That's awesome. I did too. Did y'all get rained on?
Not really. It did rain here.
A little bit.
Yeah.
A little bit. Well, we're ready for the rain, right? We don't want that 100-degree weather
Bring
anymore.
on the rain. There's Grandpa.
Grandpa, are you talking about Scott?
Yes.
There he is. Cool Dog, we can't see you. Where'd you go? Oh, there you are, man.
I can't see.
Cool. And we got Mitzi. Hey, Mitzi. All righty.
So good to see y'all.
It is. Is that Miss Angie?
There's Danny.
Hi, everybody.
Danny.
Hi,
what's going on,
everybody.
man?
What's up?
Danny, we are so happy to see you. I have someone right here who I think is happy to see you too.
Andre!
Andre.
Hey there. I think my audio just caught up.
Howdy.
Angie, do you have your dog with you today?
I didn't do it.
Okay. Well, we love seeing. Is his name Bear?
Bear.
We can't wait to see Bear again. He'll have to help you out with karaoke. All righty.
Love Bear.
We do love
Oh,
Bear.
he's here. Come here, Bear.
Oh, he is here. Are we gonna get to see
Asking
Bear?
for you. Come here, Bear.
Angie, I love your bow. That's awesome.
That is fabulous.
Thanks. It's a JoJo Siwaba.
That is so cool. Where's Bear? We want to see him.
My favorite Andre.
Come on out.
All right. Well, while Angie is getting Bear, we are going to start off tonight. So I'm going to send it over to Anna. And let me do a mute all really quick.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can mute my.
And then Anna, you should be able to unmute yourself now.
Awesome. Good evening. Good evening and welcome to the All Stars Club virtual fundraising event. My name is Anna Aha and I'm thrilled to be your MC tonight. We have an exciting program, so sit back, get some food or snack or beverage of your choice and just relax and enjoy the next hour, under an hour program that we have in store for you. We're going to teach you more about what All Stars Club is, where it's going, and how you can help it get there. First, I have to go over a few housekeeping items. So maybe you're tuning in on the Zoom webinar or Facebook Live or YouTube Live. Wherever you are, welcome. We're so glad you're here. But tonight for our fundraising portion, we're going to want you all to access our platform called fundduel.com. So I'm going to screen share that and have them pull it up for you. I'm going to spell it. It's fund, F-U-N-D, duel, duel.com/ASC. That's obviously for All Stars Club. So if you scroll up to the top of the FundDuel page here, you'll see that we're sitting at currently $30,265 raised, which is amazing. We have a goal to raise $50,000 tonight. And you'll see below that our teams. So we have team captains who have stepped up to the plate to help raise these funds. Now, if one of them has invited you here, please click on their page and donate to their team, because we are giving out 3 amazing prizes at the end of the night to our top three team captain fundraisers. Now, let me show you how easy it is to donate. We just clicked on the red button right there, and you can see how easy it is to just put in your email, your name, and your credit card information. In a few minutes, I'm going to be talking about different dollar amounts, what they mean, and what that investment can do for the All Stars Club, or you're always welcome to enter a custom amount that you feel in your heart. Now, I also want to show you another way that's really fun to participate. You see that blue button that says join the challenge? Yes, click that. Join the challenge. You can do that for free. So any of my All Stars that are out there, I'd love for you to click on that, upload a photo or a video. You type in your title, your email, and then before you know it, it's there. If we can close this out and scroll down, you'll see, I think Scott uploaded a photo, a selfie there. Maybe, or go to the Dr. Fix-It page. We'll find one with a selfie, and I want to show you how easy it is. Once you upload your photo, then you can donate to that. Yeah, go to the Dr. Fix-It page. Oh, one more. This is live, folks, so work with us here. Yep, go to Dr. Fix-It and scroll down, and you'll see, oh, for some reason my selfie's not showing up, but that's okay. Yours will show up. So you can upload your selfie, your picture, and then from there, you can easily share it on Facebook or Twitter. You can email or text out that link and invite your friends to participate. But please get them involved tonight, because we are trying to raise $50,000. Okay, so that's the housekeeping items. Throughout the evening, we're going to go back to the FundDuel page. I'm going to look at the donations coming in. And so if you upload your selfie, I'm going to call you out and thank you for that. So be sure to jump on there on your smartphone. If you're watching this on your laptop, then grab your tablet or your phone so you can do that on there. 2020 surely has been an interesting year, to say the least. But in any situation, you can always find the silver lining. And the All Stars Club did that. As soon as in-person events changed, they pivoted and immediately opened up the virtual All Stars Club doors. And man, they did. Since quarantine has started, they were able to offer 32 virtual events, which had 480 All-Star participants. Yes, almost 500. And there's another virtual event tomorrow night, so the number will keep growing. Of those, about 180 are unique participants. But that just goes to show how awesome each event is, that All Stars want to go again and again and again. Of those participants, about 40 of them were from out of state. You see, when it all started, Scott reached out to other Night to Shine hosts and invited them to join in the fun. And we've had some really great friendships created through these virtual events. Also, you'll see a highlight video later. There's been 2 awesome dance parties, and over 215 people participated in those. All Stars Club has certainly made lemonade out of lemons and continued to provide an uplifting community environment that benefits our All Stars and their families. I'm excited to introduce our first speaker of the night, our executive director and founder, Scott Russomanno. It's because of Scott's important role of hosting the very first Night to Shine back in 2015 that All Stars Club was created. After he hosted Night to Shine, he realized there really was an underserved community with our friends with special needs. And thus All Stars Club was born, providing respite for parents and caregivers and providing this awesome opportunity for All Stars to come meet a buddy and play sports, karaoke, worship, and just make friends in their community. Scott has a business administration degree from Colorado Christian University, and he and his wife, Bridget, have 3 beautiful children. And we're so thankful for his servant's heart. Please join me in welcoming with a thumbs up or perhaps some applause and sign language, Mr. Scott Russomanno.
Thank you so much, Anna. It's so great to see all of you, and it's awesome to see so many of our All-Stars on here. Thank you so much for being a part of this event. It's amazing. We're already at the 30,000 level for fundraising already. That's incredible. Let's definitely keep that going. I want to start out by thanking our team captains. All their names are on the FunDuel page, which you can see when you go there. They have been absolutely incredible and have put a ton of work into ensuring the success of this event. I also want to thank our sponsors. Our presenting sponsor, Dr. Fix-It. They have a fun little surprise that we're going to be showing a little bit later on today. Our Hall of Fame sponsor, John and Bethany Hill. Our MVP sponsors, the Doyle family, the Abnett family, the McCabe family, the Munchak family, the Tooley family, the Trowbridge family. Thank you to all of you. And I want to say a special thank you to Valor High School for hosting us here tonight. Here at the All-Stars Club, we are definitely experiencing an unusual and challenging time. From a financial perspective, our organization has certainly been impacted. We had to cancel 2 of our larger fundraisers this spring due to the virus. And so that's what makes tonight so vitally important. But here's the great news. Our ministry is impacting more lives than ever before. We've adjusted our programs to virtual events, and that has allowed us to reach All-Stars all over the country. With many of our All-Stars needing to stay home, our online events have become one of their only outlets. Even from home, we're still making sure they get to experience fun, friends, and faith, which are the key elements of our programs. It's given us the opportunity to cast our nets wider and reach far more All-Stars than we ever could before. We have All-Stars from Florida all the way to Hawaii that join us for our weekly All-Stars clubs, where they get to perform talents, sing group songs, and hear a devotional message of faith. In fact, one of our new parents from Michigan wrote this note to me a few weeks back. It says, "We will never be able to thank you enough for including our daughter in your club. It's been the highlight of the stay-at-home order. Our daughter has vulnerable health and is on medication that isn't a good mix with COVID-19, so she'll remain homebound even when Michigan opens things up. Her birthday is July 18th, and the only thing on her list is an All-Star shirt. We praise God for your ministry and the impact you have on all the All-Stars in our country." So I thought that was very cool, and she certainly got a shirt, maybe a couple shirts from us. And even though these All-Stars events have been great, we obviously can't wait to get back to our in-person events. So for those of you who are new to the All-Stars Club, we have a video that we wanted to share that will give you a really good overview of these programs. So thank you once again for joining us tonight. We have some great speakers coming up, and so I hope you enjoy the rest of the program. Thank you. I'm Scott Rusumano. I'm the founder of the All-Stars Club. Being around our All-Stars brings us purpose, but in the same token, it brings us joy.
People in our church have said that they love All-Stars. Gives them something meaningful to do. It's a way to interact with the demographic they don't typically hang out with.
I think that All-Stars has a way of making everyone feel seen and loved.
To have our children to be in a safe and fun environment and be completely embraced and loved in such a way is priceless.
Everybody at All-Stars did make me happy.
When you have a disability, a lot of people don't have a lot of faith in your athletic ability. And when you walk into the gym at All-Stars, everybody's a star. And everybody has the same potential. And I love that, just the girls being able to be confident in themselves. And as they've had just the opportunity to have a whole lot of fun, their skills have actually gotten better as well.
Means a safe place for Cadence to go and have a good time without mom and dad, and we get some time together with just us.
Amen. It is such a blessing to our relationship. We don't have a lot of opportunities to go out as a couple because we have 2 daughters with Down syndrome. One of them has a severe immune deficiency. All-Stars has been a lifeline for us because they have medical personnel on staff, and our girls were having the time of their lives. Like, we cried.
I started the All-Stars Club because I felt like families that had kids with special needs were just underserved, that only 14% of churches had any sort of program for these families.
When you have a child with special needs, me time is a rarity. So it's very special when it's given so easily and economically. I mean, they do this free of charge for us.
These families are in their community, not coming to their church because they can't bring their kids. So the pitch is, if you want to bless your community, if you want to be what a church is supposed to be, you need to open your doors to these families. You need to have a program.
It's a win-win for the church, the community, and people with developmental disabilities and their families.
Although they're a faith-based organization, they are so welcoming to everyone, regardless of religion.
It has impacted West Bowles by allowing a lot of our church congregational members to be able to have volunteer opportunities.
I volunteer because it's fun and it's a room full of joy.
I showed up at the first event just as a volunteer, didn't really know anyone there, and just showed up, haven't left since.
It changes lives.
What's up, buddy?
That's the best way I could say it. It changes our volunteers' lives. It changes our All-Stars' lives.
I learn something from them every single week.
Going into All-Stars, it just, blew my mind, shattered perspectives.
I'm seeing growth within our volunteers. I see people that are coming here to give back. They're saying, you know what, I'm giving up my Friday night so that I can serve this community. And in doing so, they're kind of learning what it's like to give, and to give something that's probably the most valuable resource on earth, and that's time.
To help the All-Stars grow, we need more church partnerships. We need pastors to reach out to us, pastors who want to bless these families.
I think a lot of times churches are worried of the liability and go, maybe let's not do this. All Stars has it down. They've got a formula. People show up, clean up, head home.
We need additional sponsors and funding partners, and then we also need volunteers, whether they have experience or no experience. As my story is, I had zero experience. We have people on site to help volunteers with no experience. There's no way to give 3 hours of your time and feel more impact. You actually get hands-on with the people you're serving. You get to bless them, and at the end of the night, you feel incredibly blessed. So it's a win-win for everybody.
That video. It is almost as good as being in person at an All-Stars Club event. It's right there in second place. I have an honor of introducing our next speaker for this evening. The newest staff member to join the All-Stars Club in February is Peter Tebow. He joined as the Director of Development. Peter has a degree in engineering from the University of Florida and a Master's of Divinity from Denver Seminary. He loves the All-Stars Club and the ministry of it for its humility and pureness, and he loves how authentic each and every All-Star is. Peter and his wife, Casey, have 3 lovely children. Please join me in giving him a warm welcome. Welcome, Peter.
Thanks so much. And Anna, made a comment about it's just watching that video is close to like being there in person, but it's not. You got to be there. All of our All-Stars on this call, I bet you're just like ready to get back to in person. All of us who participate, we're ready to get back. And if you're new to the All-Stars Club joining on this call, there's nothing like being there. I invite all of you to come join us when we get back to in person, which we'll find out when that is soon. I just want to start this off by just saying a quick word of prayer and then jumping in, tell my story. God, we love you. We're so grateful for your love for us. We know that it's that we're even able to love others because of how great you love us. And I just thank you for this community of wonderful people and the joy they brought to my life. And I pray that you would just bless this evening, bless this event. Pray that you would inspire people to give, that you would just be glorified in what is said. We love you. We love that you have brought us into your family and called us your own. We ask that everybody who is on this call would feel that tonight. In Jesus' name.
Now you're live.
Okay. What's that?
Wasn't live before.
Okay. Awesome. I was invited by a mother to tie a young man's tie. His name's Jonah. And as I began to tie his tie, just looking into his eyes, there was something in that moment that happened. And it wasn't this story, this groundbreaking, earth-shaking story, but in that moment, I could see the layers peel back and the glory of God displayed in this young man. And after that event, I was traveling and I was on an airplane and I began to read Matthew 25. And it's really interesting because I'm going to read a couple verses to you. In Matthew 25, verse 34, it said, "The king will say to those on his right hand, 'Come, you who are blessed by my Father, inherit the kingdom prepared for you from the foundation of the world. For I was hungry and you gave me food. I was thirsty and you gave me drink. I was a stranger and you welcomed me. I was naked and you clothed me. I was sick and you visited me. I was in prison and you came to me.' Then the righteous will answer him, saying, 'Lord, when did we see you hungry and feed you, or thirsty and give you a drink? When did we see you a stranger and welcome you, or naked and clothe you? And when did we see you sick or in prison and visit you?' And the king will answer them, 'Truly I say to you, as you did it to one of the least of these my brothers, you did it to me.'" And I had this moment, this aha moment where, you know, in all the gangster movies, you know, they say, you know, it's not personal, it's business, right? And I feel like it's the reverse of that, where God was saying, it's not business, it's personal. How you treat people, especially those people, in the passage it says the least of these. And the more I looked at that, the more I've come to realize it means the most needy of you. It's not that these people are least in value or in essence or anything else. It's that they have the strongest need, often the most overlooked, the most marginalized. When you look at, Scott taught me this number, but when you look at churches that have ministries for special needs, it's around 14%. And I've talked to several pastors about, hey, would you, be interested in entertaining the idea of having a special needs ministry? And they say, oh, we don't have a community of people who are special needs at our church. And I say, yeah, I know, because it's very challenging for them to walk in the front door and be welcomed into a community. And so it is our job to love them and find them and serve them. And what Jesus is saying is, when you love the least of these, when you love those who are most needy, you're doing it to me. And in that moment, tying Jonah's tie, I feel like I saw a glimpse of that, of it's this beautiful boy, but you peel back the layers and there's the glory of God manifested right underneath the surface. I had another moment that I want to share with you. At one of our in-person events a couple months ago, we were partnering with a group called Feed My Starving Children. We were packing meals to send all over the world. And I got to meet Elizabeth. And it's so cool, the range of people who come to the All-Stars Club. Elizabeth is lower functioning. She's in a wheelchair, has a more challenging time communicating. And to be honest, I think one of the reasons I had a difficult time getting involved at first is I was a little nervous. I've communicated with all kinds of people. I've made friends with all kinds of people all over the world, and I didn't know what to say. But as I met Elizabeth, I went up and I just grabbed her hand and I held it. And with as many of the muscles that worked in her hand, she grabbed back. And I made a comment, I don't know, something. I said something. You don't know what to say at first, but she made a comment about my name and my initials and PT. It's kind of like ET. Her initials were ET. And I just held her hand and we bonded. And I had tears in my eyes. And I don't think I said anything inspirational, but she got to me. She cut through all the walls, all of the protective walls that I have up, and cut straight to my heart. And I love it. I love that moment. I love that girl. I love the divine presence residing in her. Another moment I want to share. We were doing a virtual call recently, and I get the wonderful privilege of doing a devotion from time to time. And I was getting ready to do the devotion. We had a praise song right beforehand. and I don't know if he's on here, but Matthew Brozovic was singing a worship song. And I've never seen something so beautiful in all my life. As he raised his hands, as he lifted his voice to God, it wasn't just me. All those on our team on the call just were incredibly moved. And I think that's one of the things about this ministry that drew me in is it's the authenticity. I've been in so many environments where you don't really know what people's true motives are. And people are posturing, or there's positioning, or there's fake. And I don't like that. And I love the All-Stars because they're going to tell you like it is. At the Feed My Starving Children event, I went to put my arm on one of our All-Stars and said, "Don't touch me." I was like, "Oh, okay. All right. He doesn't want me to touch him. All right. I'll approach a different way." And they're just going to tell you how it is. And I love that. And there's no pretense. It's just pure. It's authentic, and God is present. And I miss so much our in-person events. I know our Zoom events have been so much fun. We've done a couple big ones. We do them we have one every Friday and then every other Wednesday. We've done a couple big ones, and it's just so much fun. If I get the privilege of emceeing it, I'll always have, my joy meter, and I'll say, "Oh, it's filling up, it's filling up, it's filling up." And by the fourth person, it's bubbling over, because that's how I feel getting to serve our community. There's really, for me, this ministry boils down to two things. And I've come to learn of both really intimately. The first is community. It's so interesting how through this whole COVID thing, how lonely I've gotten personally. I'm an extrovert. I love people. I love being around people. And, when I have a beautiful wife and 3 kids to keep me company, and yet still I found this like lonely, I need people. And how much more our community that is often isolated as it is. What a need we have for community, for just fellowship, for connection. And one of the things I love about this community is our All-Stars are some of our best friends. Danny, I see you up there. Danny goes with Allison. I know that's true. I know that there's some strong relationships that form between our All-Stars and our volunteers. Strong relationships, loving relationships. There's a community that we have all embraced and come to love. And I still feel like, an outsider that they've invited into this community. But I fit in well, and I feel like they invite me in well. Community is such an important thing. At our All-Stars events, we have such fun sports and games and karaoke. Man, the karaoke, sometimes on my Zoom events, on these Zoom events, I will have my computer on mute and still be singing Country Roads Take Me Home at the top of my lungs, right? Country roads, right? And I have it on mute, so it's not for anybody else. It's just because I love it, right? It's just for me. The second thing, so community, the second thing is respite. I was talking to a few caregivers recently, and they were expressing to me how tired they were. One of them used the phrase, it's 24/7. And it's hard. It's a hard, there's a love and a care. One of the dads I was talking to said, there are no sideline parents when you have kids with special needs. And they're not, they're all in, they're in 100%. They're in, they love their kids. They love all those they serve. And yet people need a break. Scott was sharing with me a story of a couple who dropped their All-Star off, and he's like, "What are you going to do?" And they said, "We're going on a date. I haven't been on a date in years." And the idea of giving a break to caregivers, to parents, is huge. And for me, that's what this ministry is about, is building community, giving caregivers a break, and obviously all under the banner of glorifying Jesus. Our virtual events have been so much fun. And yet it's not the same. I can't wait to get back in person. I can't wait to, when we're allowed to break social distance, to hug every single one of them, those who want that, which I've learned. And I'm blessed to be a part of this ministry. If I know that those of you on this call have various amounts of resources, and if God leads you to give. Don't give out of compulsion, give with an overflowing joy, knowing that your resources are going to just wonderful people, a wonderful ministry. We're looking to start more of these in-person events at more churches, not just in Colorado, but across the country because of how Zoom has opened us up to more communities. And so in order to do that, we need your support. Thanks so much for giving me the time. And what I want to do is I want to introduce you to one of the videos, a highlight video of our virtual dance party that we had a couple months ago. It was a hit, and I hope that you will feel free to, even though you're on mute, dance along as you watch this highlight video. Thanks so much.
So you really want spend some time, then you really got come on. Oh really? Gotta bring that fire, gotta roll the dice. Okay. If you really want, blow my mind, blow my mind, blow my mind, blow my mind, blow my mind.
Can you handle it?
Yeah.
Okay. Can you handle it?
Yeah.
Okay. Can you handle it?
Yeah.
You say you wanna go where the lights are flashing. I make it happen. You say you want a man that's always packing.
I do damage.
You say you wanna stay in a 5-star suite where all the stars meet. I get things cracking. That's what you get when you're rolling with me.
I'm kinda like a savage.
Ow!
So you really want spend some time, then you really got come on.
Oh really?
Gotta bring that fire, gotta roll the dice.
Okay.
If you really want, blow my mind, blow my mind, blow my mind, blow my mind, blow my mind.
Can you handle it?
Yeah.
Okay. Can you handle it? Okay. Can you handle it?
Yeah.
Okay. Can you handle it? Okay. Can you handle it?
Yeah. So you really want blow my mind, blow my mind, blow my mind, blow my mind, blow my mind.
Can you handle it?
Yeah.
Okay. Can you handle it? Okay. Can you handle it?
Yeah.
Okay. Can you handle it? Okay. Can you handle it?
Yeah. So you really want spend some time, then you really got come on.
Oh really?
Gotta bring that fire, gotta roll the dice.
Okay.
If you really want, blow my mind, blow my mind, blow my mind, blow my mind, blow my mind.
I love that video. It's so exciting. It certainly has gotten the party started. Thank you, Scott and Peter, for getting us going tonight. Let's check back in at the Fun Duel page and see what kind of party we have going on there. I know some new donations have come in. Let's click on down at the parents and caregivers page up there. Our total, oh my goodness, we're over $33,000, ladies and gentlemen. Congratulations. Yes, we're building the momentum. Keep it going. We're going to reach that goal of 50,000. We're scrolling down because I want to read some names. Thank you, Carla Schenkel, for your $500 donation. Michelle Brozovich, Joanne Mozinski, Mitzi Townshend, Amy Lambert, Karen Whitehead, Donna Jean Lockyer, Wanda Green, Kathleen Wade, Lila Seal, amazing. Delia Presguta, this is going to challenge me tonight. Janelle, Marjorie, Marissa, John, thank you for your generosity. The parents and caregiver team is doing awesome. And Cadence DeYoung, and don't forget Kathy, Tom, and Jeffrey, and Margaret, and Bethany. Let's check in on our another page. Nicole Tooley, I want to highlight her because Nicole is in Ohio. So talk about opening that virtual door. Nicole's one of the co-founders of the All-Stars Club, and she is fundraising from afar, and we so appreciate it. Thank you for your $1,000 donation. Thank you to Robin Vint, Vicky Tooley, and Sharmia and Molly for also their generous donations. Great work, Brenda, Karen, Jim, so many generous donors coming in. So let's scroll up one more time so I can see where our total is at. All right, 33,085. Keep up the good work. Right now, I want to go ahead and thank our presenting sponsor, Dr. Fix-It. They have been so kind and generous continually to the All-Stars Club. And for 42 years, Dr. Fix-It has served the Denver area for all of its heating, electrical, and plumbing needs. Owners, Steve and Nancy Jassam and their daughter, Megan Dozer, have stepped up to the plate for 2 years now to make sure that the All-Stars Club is thriving. Please enjoy this short video about their most recent donation to the All-Stars Club.
Here at Dr. Fix-It, we strive to help others in our community. Now more than ever is the time to come together and spread the love. The All-Stars Club is just one way for us to give back and do just that.
I'm Scott Rusmano. I'm the executive director of the All-Stars Club, and we founded this organization in 2015. Prior to founding the All-Stars Club, I had the opportunity to work with a lot of these families, and getting to know some of the families, found out that they craved respite, they craved a break. I mean, these families are incredible. They're constantly working with kids, taking care of them. It's 24/7, and to launch something that could give them a break, give them a few hours off each week was just something on my heart, something I want to start.
Without further ado, Dr. Fix-It is so honored to announce the new All-Stars truck.
Thank you so much, Dr. Fix-It, for that generous donation of a box truck. It is going to come in so useful as equipment is moved between clubs, when new clubs and new churches start up, and at the golf tournament, and for Night to Shine. So thank you for that donation and for your continued support. You know, when I spoke to Megan on the phone, she talked about how her mom, Nancy, just has a very special place in her heart for the All-Stars Club. And that has just trickled down into their family and into their company. And when they come and volunteer, they often bring 5 to 10 employees with them and just really love the All-Stars Club. So again, thank you for your generosity. We appreciate you. Can I get a thumbs up from everybody that's online here? Is everybody having a great time? Fantastic. Everyone looks happy, having fun. Well, now we've come to the part of our program where we need to do what we've come here to do, and that's to raise critical funds for the All-Stars Club. Some may ask, why now? Everything's virtual. Why fundraise? Well, All-Stars Club is growing, and we need to develop the infrastructure and the funds so that we can continue to grow when we get back in person. See, prior to the quarantine, there would be a 50-person waiting list for All-Stars, And they don't ever turn anyone away based on ability. It's only on capacity. So 50 people were on a waiting list. There's obviously a need to grow here in this community, but now we have over a dozen churches that are interested in other states, California, Michigan, even Hawaii. And if we can raise the funds tonight to get that infrastructure ready to execute when it's go time, we will be able to have so many more All-Stars clubs all across the country, thanks to your help. So now is the time, if you haven't gotten out your smartphone and tablet, to get on the FundDuel page and donate if you feel it called in your heart at a certain amount. I'm going to talk about what those investments mean, but I also want to share about some conversations I've had with parents and volunteers and just their various experiences with the All-Stars Club. Last year when I volunteered in person, I had the pleasure of meeting Andre, who's an awesome volunteer. He's a care team leader and just a total rock star. This year, obviously, we had to chat on the phone, and he told me about a couple of experiences with All-Stars that I thought were really special. Prior to the quarantine, an All-Star showed up and didn't really want to be there at first, but they paired him up with a buddy and they went off to shoot hoops. And at the end of the 3 hours, that All-Star had done a 180 and was asking, when can I come back? I love this. Can I come back? And it was just so special to see that transition occur right in front of everybody's eyes. Also, Andre told me about another All-Star who had previously been a little too shy or nervous to sing karaoke in person. And since virtual events came about, she got up the courage to sing karaoke on one of the Zoom events. And now she's been talking about it for weeks. She cannot wait to sing in front of her friends in person at All-Stars Club. See, there's a spot for everyone. If you want to sing karaoke or play sports or do crafts or just sit and talk with your buddy, there's a spot for you at All-Stars Club. And that leads me to our first level. Our first level is $5,000. Now, I know that it's a lot of money, but we don't know unless we ask. Anyone that's able to give $5,000 would provide the funding for one location, for half the funding, for one location for 1 year. So if you're able to give at the $10,000 level, we will happily accept it. But if two of you can give at the $5,000 level, that will provide the funds for the location manager, the new equipment, the food, the snacks, everything that goes into it at the $5,000 level. Now is the time to jump on the FundDuel page and give if you are able. I also had the pleasure of speaking with Lynn. Scott read a letter from her earlier about her daughter, Kylie, and it was such a joy to speak to her last week. They live in Michigan, and Kylie has jumped on to every single virtual Zoom event that she can. She loves meeting new friends and has just really enjoyed this opportunity to show off her talents, whether it's sign language or reading a poem. And Lynn mentioned that when Kylie gets set up at night, her and her husband often leave and take a walk around their neighborhood, getting much needed respite. But they know that she's safe and they're comfortable leaving her there because she's in an uplifting, positive environment in the All-Stars Club, and there's a Christian message for her. Lynn said that it has truly been a blessing in their life. She also told me a really cute story how if you've been on the virtual events, you know the chat box is just this amazing zone of positivity and compliments. And so Kylie will often screenshot those comments about her talent show performance so she can view them later on, long after the event, and show them to friends and family whenever she wants. In fact, when I spoke to Lynn the other day, they were visiting family in Chicago, and Kylie had pulled her phone that day to show her uncle all of the amazing things people said to her at her last virtual performance. So what an incredible opportunity that the All-Stars Club has gained in having these virtual events to gain All-Stars like Kylie. Our next level is $2,500, and that would go to cover the equipment for one location. So if you've been, you know that All-Stars Club is a first-class operation. We have custom-built things for people to go under with walking or through a wheelchair. There's sports and inflatables, the karaoke machine, there's technology, and it's a fantastic experience for all of our All-Stars. If you're able to give at the $2,500 level, now is the time to give that. I'd love to go back and check in on our FundDuel page and see where we are at and progressing towards our goal. Additionally, I want to recognize, a donation that came in from Josiah Throwbridge for $1,000. Thank you so much. We're looking at over $34,635 there at the top. There's a wonderful picture. What team are we on right now? Let's go see. Let's go to Josiah's page. Over almost $5,000 on their team alone. Keep up the good work. And see right there, if you pause, you can see on that picture, you can copy the link of that photo or click the Facebook button and easily share it, or the Twitter button on your social media. So please continue to share and get the word out tonight to all of your friends and family, and we'll continue to grow our virtual network all across the country. On the video that Scott introduced earlier, you saw Mitzi, and she has two sons, Tristan and Spencer, who are all-stars, 18 and 22. And both of them love to come to the All-Stars Club. And when I visited with her, she just thanked All-Stars Club, really, for the opportunity for her boys to be in a safe and loving environment, because she is a single mom. She doesn't have much opportunity for respite. She doesn't get very many opportunities for me time. And so sometimes after she drops them off, she goes to dinner with some friends or other families, or she just goes home and sits down by herself and just enjoys that moment. And she's so grateful. She says the service and the community that All Stars Club provides is absolutely priceless. Our next level, oh, and I also want to mention that Mitzi has helped champion the cause on the parents and caregivers team. So bravo, Mitzi, for rallying the troops to getting people to donate. Thank you for getting them active on FundDuel. Our next level is $1,000, and that would cover the food for 1 year at one location. After playing sports for a couple hours or singing your heart out in karaoke, having a snack and some drinks or breaking bread with new friends is essential to All Stars Club. So if any of you can give at the $1,000 level, I want to remind you, we have 3 current locations. We have a dozen more churches interested. So anyone that can give, please do so now. Earlier on the video, you also saw Katie McKenna, an awesome volunteer who mentioned All Stars Club has a really special way of making everyone feel seen and loved. And we communicated via text and phone tag this week, and she just talked about how much she loves the All Stars Club their ability to highlight the opportunity for all stars, volunteers, and caregivers to just love and celebrate everyone around them. And I said it last year, and I'll say it again, All Stars Club is the perfect trifecta. It benefits every single person involved. If you are a volunteer or a parent or an all-star, you are uplifted in one way or another. It's an absolute win, win, win. Our next level is $500, and that would cover the sponsorship for one location manager for 1 month. So if we could get 12 of you at the $500 level, we cover an entire year of a location manager for one location. Let's check back into the FundDuel page. I like to keep going up there and seeing who's giving, if we've got new selfies brought up, and just see the activity going on. Can we get a refresh? Is that true? Over $35,000, folks. We are getting so close to our goal of $50,000. See those numbers tallying up. Wowzers. Parents and givers over 7,000. We've got the Trowbridge crowd over almost 5,000. Scott's team over 2,000. Let's see. Look at that selfie. Hanging with the All-Stars team. Brought in $275 right there. Next, we've got, part of our team right there. Thank you, Katie McKenna, for your $175 donation. Carla Shenko, Katie Self. Awesome donations coming in. Be sure to keep sharing this on your social media. Even after tonight is over, people can still donate. So get those donations in. Our next level that I want to talk about is that's right. I wanted to talk about the community and bond. I loved how much Peter talked about it. We didn't talk about our different talking points, but in talking to Mitzi and talking to Andre and other parents, the community has continued to bond and grow even through the quarantine. Mitzi told me that Andre and some other volunteers on their own accord came over to give her boys a scavenger hunt. Now they were safe and wore gloves and masks, but just to have that bond outside of All Stars Club, that they want to go and make sure they're having fun, because they don't really understand right now why they can't see all their friends in person and hug their buddy and have worship with everyone. And to see volunteers going out of their way to give that opportunity to our All Stars Club is just a testament to the community that's being built here with all of you. Andre told me that if he's a little bit late to get on a Zoom call, his buddy Danny, I see you on here, will give him a call or a text and say, hey, here's a link. It started 5 minutes ago. So there's accountability as well. I got the pleasure of speaking with Matthew's mom, Michelle, today, and she just told me how special it is that he feels to have his own set of peers and his own place to hang out. And while the virtual is awesome right now, they are looking forward to going back in person. Our next level is $250, and that covers karaoke for a year. And if you have been in person or virtual, you know how important karaoke is. And with Aaron on the mic and emceeing that and DJing that, it is a blast. And it's such a joyful time to see everyone participate in that. If you can give $250, that is the level we're asking for. We appreciate any and all custom donation coming in, but if you can give that, now is the time to do so. Our next level is part of the reason why we're all here. It's $150 and it covers the cost for one All-Star to attend Night to Shine. If that event didn't happen back in 2015, I'm not sure we would all be here tonight, but that was the turning point that created this amazing community for All-Stars and their families. I haven't been able to attend a Night to Shine yet because the snow canceled my flight this last February, but I hope to be there in 2021. Even still, the pictures and the videos of all the royalty, the kings and queens that night is just touching, and I hope to get there very soon. If you can give $150, you will help to make sure all the Night to Shine dreams that everyone has of attending will continue to come true. Anyone that can give, please do so now. Before I start back on our final level, I want to check back at FunDuel, see how we're progressing, see how much we've gone up, continuing to see more people log on. We've got people checking in from Facebook and YouTube. Let's see where our total is at now. 31,000. Oh my goodness, my computer's delayed. 35,460, continuing to grow. Those team captains are working so hard. We appreciate you. Our final level tonight is $20. I know how quickly that goes right the moment when I walk into the grocery store. $20 covers the cost for one All-Star to attend once a month. If you're able to give $100, you're going to be sponsoring 5 All-Stars to attend. If you want to give $200, 10 All-Stars. But $20 is our final level because we want you to know that every single dollar counts. You saw it on the video earlier and you've probably heard about it. If you're interested in giving a monthly reoccurring donation of $20 a month, you can certainly do that on the All-Stars Club website. But for tonight, if you're able to give that $20, $40, $60, whatever it might be, you can know that you're sponsoring an All-Star to attend. Last week, I had the pleasure of visiting with Nicole Tooley, one of the co-founders of All-Stars Club, and I asked her, what would you say to someone who hasn't been and is inquiring about it? And she put it kindly but bluntly, you just need to go. You need to experience it for yourself, just like Peter said. And I wholeheartedly agree. I've been there in person and I've done the virtual events, and it is amazing. The joy is palpable and it is a fantastic experience, and you will realize how important All-Stars Club is for All-Stars, for families, and for the volunteers. In fact, Nicole mentioned, I've never met a volunteer who left and said, gosh, I wish I wouldn't have done that. In fact, volunteers show up thinking they're there to help the All-Stars Club, when in fact, the All-Stars Club ends up helping them. It's an incredible experience in a community that is grown because of your support tonight. I've mentioned it, the $20 is our final level tonight. I want to encourage all of you to continue to donate and share. We're going to announce in a few minutes the top 3 fundraising team captains, but we are going to keep our FunDuel page open until Sunday. So please continue to share. If we can go back, I'd love to see where we're at on the FunDuel page before I turn it back over to Peter. We're going to unmute everyone here in a minute and do a big cheer for All-Stars Club. But let's see where we're at on FunDuel. Refreshing, still over 35,710. So the donations keep pouring in. We want to reach our goal of $50,000. So please continue to share and post those selfies and put it on Twitter and Facebook and just spread your network and get them involved. I'm going to toss it back to Peter so we can get this big All-Stars Club cheer in, and then we'll be announcing those team captain winners in a few moments.
Anna, thanks so much. I love how you did that. I love how you talked to people and heard the stories. And I'll tell you what, before we do a cheer, I think we're going to unmute everybody. So if a button pops up, just click unmute yourself and we're going to do a big cheer. You got to come. If you can't wait till one of our in-person events, then come to one of our virtual events. We volunteers. One of my favorite things is as our all-stars are performing their talents, they're singing the right comments. And it's amazing how much affirmation means to everybody. I mean, heck, I told my wife all I need is for her to hug me and tell me I'm awesome, you know? So if I need it, you need it, everybody needs it, right? And it's fun. So join our virtual events as a volunteer and see for yourself. And I just want to, let's do this. Unmute everybody. Everybody click unmute. And we're gonna do a big old cheer for All Stars Club. All Stars, we miss you. Danny, how you doing, man?
I'm doing good. How are you?
Can't wait to see you guys in person. On 3, let's cheer. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Go All Stars! Yeah. Anna, back to you.
Fantastic.
Allison loves you guys.
Awesome. It's so great to see you all tonight. Like we said, we can't wait for the in-person. I want to announce our awesome fundraising team captains tonight. And the prizes that are going to be awarded are a 2-night stay at the Sheridan Steamboat Resort Villas. Second place is a 2 VIP tickets for the Rockies and concert at Red Rocks in 2021. And the third place is 2-night stay at the Scott Hotel Resort and Spa and a round of golf at Silverado in Scottsdale, Arizona. So our first place team is Dr. Fix-It. With $9,020 raised. Congratulations. And next is the parent and caregivers with $7,540. And third place was Josiah and Angela Trowbridge with $4,948. Congratulations. From the bottom of my heart, and I know on behalf of Scott and Peter and everyone from All Stars Club, thank you so much for tuning in. This is going to be recorded, and you can share this at a later date with other people who want to support All Stars Club. And please continue sharing this on social media. The FundDuel page will be open until Sunday. We appreciate you. We can't wait to see you in person. Take care and God bless. Bye.
Bye. Bye. Bye.
Everyone.
See ya.
Bye.